Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So tonight, I've got a whole lot of projects to do. Um, I brought a whole box of costumes to work on. I got some grin masks to knock out that are almost done. An egg sack to work on. The first thing I'm going to do is I've got a whole bunch of these, which I use on all kinds of products. Now, the one I've been using, it appears to have something wrong with it. So it keeps, hi Connor, it keeps turning high ramen noodles. The one I'm using right now, or that I have been, keeps turning green. So I need to test these other ones to find out if any of them work. I'm hoping it's just that bottle. The people I have asked so far told me that it looks like it froze and deactivated some of its pigment. So hopefully, granted, I ordered all of these at the same time. I have 5 other bottles of those, which is a lot. Each bottle is 32 ounces, so 6 bottles at 32 ounces. It's something like 1,000 ounces of fluid. So, um, I have 5 other bottles I'm gonna try out. Plus, I got these two today, which these are kind of different. These ones say leather dye, and these two that I got today from Joann's say leather colors. I tried calling these people today, and they gave me the you're not supposed to paint it on latex thing, to which I said, I know that, but I have been, and I've used these products previously, and they've worked perfectly fine. So they were not helpful to me at all, as I did not expect them to. They asked me if they were oil or alcohol based. I'm thinking these are alcohol based because I think if they were oil based, they would not spray through an airbrush. Um, if they were oil based, I think they would be more of a gel. So, hey Reese, how's it going? So, it doesn't specify on the bottle whether it's alcohol or oil based, so I don't know how I'm supposed to know that. Also, it didn't say that online anywhere whether it was or not. So, I'm going to be doing some stuff about that. Um, Trying to find out if any of these work so I can make some progress on the projects that I need to make progress on. So I'm running those tests. Then I'm going to be working on a few masks. Then I'm going to be working on the egg sack. Dry times and stuff. I'm going to be working on kind of all of them at the same time. When I get all of that done, I'm going to be working on some costumes. I'll probably have Nick working on some costumes too. So let me get Nick working on a project, and then I'll be back. So this should be done now. We did this yesterday, so this can go home. This just needs blood spray. Do you have the note for this one?
It's on the floor right there.
It just says dirty distressing, so this is pretty good. You're almost there. I just need you to do a filler throughout the whole thing. All right. And then this one is done. All right. So I need to get a bunch of chunks of latex. Feel free to turn on some music. Just keep it up.
Royalty free.
You can do that too, but then you can play it loud. It's up to you.
I'm gonna play something worth listening to.
Okay. All right, so to do this, I've got my bottle. What's this? Nope, that's my black. So I've got my bottle here. This is the old stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to empty that. I'm going to clean it out every time because science. I'm going to clean it out every time, and I'm just going to go through each of our bottles, and I'm going to spray it on some latex, let that dry. Then I'm going to paint that with our white, which is where we're having the problems of it turning green. Hopefully one of these things is going to work so we can make some progress. Take a paper towel, wipe that out. So I explained right now I'm running a test to try and find out if any of my dyes will actually work so I can make some stuff, or if they're all screwed up. So let me try to move my camera so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I hope any of them will work. So we'll see. Right now I'm just cleaning that out so we can make sure we've got.
How do I turn on the airbrush?
See that air hose there? Plug it into that air right there. Yeah, I'll do it for you. All right. Bottle one. Chunk of latex. I'm going to shake them up a lot before I try to use them. All right, bottle one. So far, nice and brown. If it stays like that, you've got a winner. If not, I don't know. But we're gonna let that dry before I paint that with white. I explained after this, I'll be working on. You see over here, I've got a couple of clown masks. I'm gonna work on those, and then over here, I've got the egg sack, egg pod that I'm going to work on too tonight. Good deal.
Do you remember what you were telling me about the that zombie prop that almost got shot by a bunch of cops?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how exactly did that? Because my friend is asking about it, and she's watching right now. Or they're watching right now, actually.
How did it happen?
Yeah. What was that about?
So we were at the. So Nick has worked here for a long time. So Nick knows about old things that happened. When we were at our old building, the, the building was owned by our town, and it was also in a national park because it was right around the Indiana Dunes. So, hi Savannah. So it was also right by a trail. Well, we had a zombie prop inside, and right now it's in our freezers, but we had a zombie prop inside, and it, I guess a jogger went by and said, hey, someone is in that building, and they actually called the police. Well, the police went, and they couldn't gain access inside. So then they called like the SWAT team out and stuff, and they were were screaming like, get down, put your hands up, who are you, all this stuff, and they almost opened fire before they realized it was a prop, a zombie prop, and that's why he wasn't answering their questions, because he's not a real person. So, law enforcement.
Not the smartest.
Not that time they weren't now.
Yeah, I only remembered that because I walked past it when I went back to the office. Scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah. Model 3. What did that say? Outbreak said, we had a problem with our garage door opening on its own, so we called the police to make sure no one was in the house. And of course, being a haunter, we had a clown set up, and our cameras caught your clown being tased. That's fantastic. Man. I'm hoping sometime next week I'm able to get a stand so that I can mount my camera on it, and then we can get some better angles of the stuff I'm working on. Right now I have it just leaning on a wall on a shelf because nowhere is open. And hi, Scott Creighton. We are doing well, working on some stuff. But right now, nowhere's open. Walmart's pretty much the only place, and they don't carry stuff like that. Savannah said, I remember one night I scared someone so bad they ended up walking into a wall and a grown man screamed like a girl. Yeah, that is a rite of passage for a haunter. Making grown men scream like a little girl.
Like that one girl that pissed her pants in the rules room like immediately and then left. I don't think
Always
I
a
did
good sign.
anything too ridiculous.
Yeah.
All her friends stayed and they told her to just go sit in the car.
File number 4. One more to do. We're gonna let those dry. Once they're totally dry, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna hit them with.
There's a mouse over here.
Huh?
There's a mouse in here.
Is there?
Yeah.
Where at?
It just came from under there. And
Yep.
where'd it go?
Yep. They get in the building.
Get the fuck out of me.
There's a mouse.
Oh, just a hot cat now.
So this one is concerning because this one is much more red than brown compared to the other 3. So maybe it's not a problem. Maybe that's what it's supposed to look like. We will find out. So, if you guys could do me a favor, I am not able to post to Facebook when I am live because I'm using my phone. So whenever I'm live, if you could post to all the haunted house groups that you're in, whatever it is, if it's a haunted house or Halloween group, share it. I would love to start to get more people watching these. I enjoy engagement. You will find out when you get to the shop. That's right. Yeah, I really enjoy engagement from you guys. So talking about questions or scary movies or projects, whatever. It's really fun when everyone's kind of talking, and the more people there are, the easier it is to get a bunch of you guys asking questions and comments and stuff.
What's the worst horror movie you've seen recently?
Um, the worst one I've seen recently, about a year, probably less. I watched a movie. So something I like to do is there's a movie rental place around us. Yeah, I know. Even still, and it's awesome, and I love it. I go and I rent odd movies I find. Well, they had one there called Amityville, Misery Road, and it's like a found footage kind of deal. It has nothing to do with Amityville. It 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 starts and there's this guy and his girlfriend who have a and she has a terrible like Italian accent, so it's just I don't know, not great to hear her talk. Um, and they are going to this supposedly haunted road. Well, then there's a bunch of like crappy cuts. It's the worst editing I've seen. My vlogs have better edits than this movie did. So, um, they drive to some place wherever it is, and then he's just gone. Yeah, he's just not in the movie anymore. And then the next hour is just the worst acting from anyone I've seen ever of just this girl with this horrid voice holding a camera on her face and just walking through woods in like a circle, just going, I need to go home. Where am I? I am lost. And it was nothing happened, and then the movie just ended. So
She didn't even
that,
die?
huh?
She didn't even die?
No, the movie just ended, and that was it. So the cake for the worst scary movie I've seen goes to that one.
Did you find any like good ones at that video rental store?
Yeah, I watched one that was pretty good earlier today. It was pretty good. It wasn't great. It's called it's on Hulu. It's called Digging Up the Marrow. Interesting kind of movie. It's about a director. I'm pretty sure it's actually the guy. I don't know if he's the one who actually made them or if he just made them in the movie, but it's the guy who made like Hatchet and Hatchet 2 and all that crap. And he gets an email from this dude who says like monsters are real and I can prove it. So then he goes and he's like recording this guy and he talks about like humans who are born and have like problems with their bodies so they can have like lobster claws or like crazy heads or whatever, that they live in this like underground place that he calls the Marrow, and then the rest of the movie is all spent with this like cryptic kind of stuff. Nothing really happens for about half of it, and then it kind of picks up a bit toward the end. So that movie's all right. It was all right.
Oh, have you seen
Not a blockbuster, but
the house that Jack built?
the house that Jack built.
Yeah.
No.
It's my friend Jay recommended it to me. Like one of those more like artsy horror movies.
Uh huh.
But I can't even like describe the plot of it because it's just kind of abstract, really. But there's a lot of really horrifying visuals that would probably be good to like base some props and stuff off of.
Sure.
And at the end, there's like a house that's made entirely out of human corpses.
That's spooky. painted this with white, and we'll see what happens. So far, I'm not optimistic about what's happening to it. Oh, there it is again. I really don't understand.
I watched the movie Quarantine like 2 months ago, so right before we had to be quarantined.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it before, but it was actually really
You?
good.
No.
What does Devin have to do?
Huh?
What does Devin have to do?
I don't know. Is that done? Work on that.
No, it was in chat. Devin has to do something.
Someone asked what you're working on, or what you're going to be working on.
I literally shared a video on Facebook and went on to YouTube to see what you're talking about. And then I got on YouTube and said, you guys go ahead and share the video. And I said, hey, look, I just did that. First time?
Yeah, he said he was eating when we had here.
His name is Calgo Moo. Calgo Moo 11.
Who?
I don't know who you are, but can we be best friends? He said, I see what looks like a red grin mask with blue hair in the background. I wonder if that's the one I ordered. Cool.
Probably.
Want to see it? Calgo Moo 11. That's my new gamer tag. See him?
Is that someone's username?
Spooky. Said, wow, looks amazing. Yeah, his name is Calgo Moo. The guy that ordered this, his name is Calgo Moo 11. That makes me so happy. Ted Walker said, what's up, Haunted Hills? You guys all have skills. This is my first live video, even though I've seen them. Hello, Ted Walker.
Welcome.
Take a picture of him. I'm going to take a picture of... Is this son?
No.
Okay. I'm going to take a picture of... Oh, this one. Is this one done? Is this what the beard's looking like?
I have to add black to it.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Black jerky?
Yeah.
Would you like me to?
Can.
Ramen Noodle says that looks awesome. Ted Walker said nice clown mask. Talgo Moo 11. Talgo Moo 11 said, I forgot how I got this username, but it's stuck around a long time. Wi-Fi is named the same thing. That makes me very, very, very happy. Ethan Circle said, just wondering, any estimated guesses to when the bear will be delivered? Just wondering.
I'm
bringing it home.
Yeah,
so it can be shipped tonight.
It's done, so
Yeah.
very soon.
So, well, it's the weekend, but as soon as we're able to ship it out, it'll be shipped out.
Excuse me.
What mask is Devin looking at over there? The red grin clown. It's not done. I'll show you when it's done.
I need to put a bit of blood on it. Yeah. Yeah. You can hang that up. Time to work on the egg sack.
Would you rather me pull it up on my phone, which is going to do it in 15 seconds, or would you rather me move all that shit and get one?
Hi, Rhea. I don't know if you're still there.
So on an average day, we've got, so here at the haunt, between like probably 3 and 5, if it's if it's just HP stuff, if it's a build day, I mean, it could be one person up to 20. On a haunt night, it could be between, we've got 20 managers and then 80 to 120 actors, so a lot. Where do you guys buy styrofoam heads? Usually from M&M. It's a beauty store, so I get it from there. Egg sack. Egg time. Cow Go Moo, if Midwest Haunters it is happening, yes, we plan to be there. So if it happens, I know that they just canceled Midsummer Scream, so we'll see if it does.
I'll show you. Oh yeah. Oh. Do you know where a buzzsaw is, Preston?
A buzzsaw?
Yeah, the circle one.
Circular saw?
Yeah, the hand.
For what? What the fuck are you trying to do?
That plywood. I'm putting this table back up, but the plywood's so long I can't walk. Like you can't walk through.
I don't know what one is. Jacob's desk?
No, I just do it. Yeah, Shannon said shipping tomorrow. David said hello. Scott Creighton said, where do you guys buy the styrofoam heads?
I answered that.
Assuming the Midwest Haunters Convention in Chicago still happens, do you still plan on being there?
I answered that.
What pants do you use in the airbrush for the costumes? Paints. Pants.
What
pants
paints?
do you
We use our mask paints.
Same. I love it.
I don't think you realized where you was.
did. That's a 6-year cat. And you can't see, you can only see this. I'm like, I'm really sad that like you can't see the rest of it, but I'm also happy.
Oh no.
Ted Walker said, my sister loves witches. Would you guys be interested in doing a flex body witch prop, or would it be hard since no witch costumes? We can do anything, dude.
Yeah, no, we'd love to.
If you didn't hear Ted Walker, we would absolutely love to do a witch super flex body. I read your email, Ramen. Yeah, that's fine. If that makes you feel comfortable, that's fine. He wants to hang out with Jesse while he's here. It won't take long for you to not be an introvert anymore, though. Trust me, I used to be an introvert, and look at me now. Scott Sweeten said Kate's opened up 24 out of 67 counties in Pennsylvania, hoping that continues so there's no further following goal.
Right. Yeah. I mean, around here, I know our mall's opening up on Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That house mall where I work.
You like that?
I work for Coach isn't open.
Well, no, I'm talking about the other one.
Maryville?
Yeah.
White House Mall's opening Monday.
Yeah. The other one's opening Tuesday. So.
I'm really glad I don't work the White House Mall anymore. That just sucks.
Where'd you work?
Oshkosh.
Coach is too super chill. That's the only reason I work there. Julian said, yo.
What's up?
Well, Oshkosh, it was just like middle-aged moms that work there, and then me.
I know said, I'll come help if I can bring my baby. Gotta keep her off spooky stuff early.
Do not bring your baby right now.
Yeah, please no.
Not a good environment with us spraying all this stuff.
No.
I was just, I turned that fan on because I just read the bottle of the stuff I'm spraying, and it says that California claims that it could cause either cancer or reproductive problems. Granted, that's
everything-
only California,
yeah,
and I
they-
take what they say with a grain of salt.
So it takes you reading the bottle instead of me telling you literally every single time that you use it to not breathe it in?
Are you a doctor?
I'd be more concerned about like the thin lining of latex in your lungs.
I hacked that all out.
That's why I have a mask with me today, so when I start getting too much fumes in my lungs, I can put that on. I left it in the There's a meme going around that says, in sacred coffee, I want whatever theater kids consume that made them act like that at 8 a.m.
Autism.
Yeah, literally, I said anxiety. I was like, that's what it was, because I was close enough to a theater kid. Manic anxiety.
I saw a meme that said, it said to quit acting like everyone picked on you because you watched anime. They picked on you because you Naruto ran in the hallway and growled at people in class.
Yeah.
What?
Where's all the bears go?
I don't know. Probably back on his desk. Alright, so that is based. I'm going to let that kind of dry a bit, and then I'll be back to do a few more coats of paint and then some detail. Latex and foam. It's got a foam inside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make one that's just a static piece, I'm going to take a picture. Then once that's done, I'm going to turn this into an animation with like where it's bursted open and it has these kind of nasty kind of worm things swinging around and stuff. It's gonna be pretty cool. Chris is on his way. All right, Chris. Where did he go? How long have you guys all worked at HHH? I've worked here since the start. Nick's worked here for what, like 6 years?
2015, so
Yeah, at least 5 years. And Devin's worked here for 2 years, right? 2 years? Something. California says that about everything.
I can read them.
We're going to look at adding light to the clown gun. I remember you messaged me. You might have a light that fits it. Yes, we were. We'll have that available. We are making one right now. It'll be an extra $30, but it's a pretty awesome light. So,
William said, share two couple shirts. Chad Smith said, what's up?
thank you.
And
Hi, Chad.
And I said, Chris is on his way.
Uh-huh.
Scott Creek said, yeah. And he said, is that prop all latex? Yeah, you said the... Chad Smith said, kind of like the prop Jason Beckham made.
I don't know who that is. Or what that prop is. I was watching The Thing the other day by John Carpenter, and there was a part where the guy's chest had those nasty things flying out of it, and the guy's neck had the nasty things flying out of it, so I thought that would look cool, so that's why I'm doing it.
Would you ever want to do like moving jaw masks?
I've thought about it. Just have to have the right kind of character. I haven't made one to do that with yet. Nick, can you paint this
Yeah.
the same way?
I have a find this picture in a minute because I made a mask that's like you know those like white masquerade masks. Yeah, I took one of those and I cut it in half like along the mouth and then used elastic to like stick it back together and put like teeth in it so it moves through your face but it got like teeth in it. I had a thought on it.
Stand off for a second.
Okay.
Blowing my
Great
clown
price for the
hair.
modified clown gun. Can't wait to check it out. Yeah. He's from Graves on the Grove. He did something similar, but it was coming out of the chest cavity of a guy. Love the idea with the egg sac. Well, that's cool. Yeah, that sounds kind of like the one that was in The Thing. There was something like that in that movies. You guys do a really great job of making your clown super creepy compared to a lot of other haunts. Thank you. That's our goal. I don't like to do things that other people have done, and that's always a part of my process when creating stuff is what are other people doing and how can I not do that?
this thing has, yeah. This is what it looks like with the mouth closed. This is what it looks like open. Yeah, something like that. So probably not unlike the masquerade masks, just like the same way we make the masks now.
Right.
Just able to open.
So I got to do some drippies on this. Did you finish the ice cream prop? I had showed you the progress. It's almost done. Here is the ice cream cone. I'm just waiting for the sprinkles. I'm going to be making another one for our website, so that we have more of a generic kind of look, because the black ice cream is pretty special. So I want to make something that looks like pink. So
What's up, man? Howdy. How's it going? Doing well.
yeah, can you add to your list another ice cream and another cone so we can make our own?
Okay. Did you move my powder or did I?
I moved it out there.
Dad's already there, Mom's been there drinking, between her and there, they've already went through 3 bottles of wine.
I wish I could say which one. This is the large surgeon coat, right, on the list?
Yes.
Okay, other than the latex and gloves and whatnot, just continue on Pronghorn since I see a lot of pipe right here.
Yes.
Well, those are all the ones that I put on the website they're going to sell. They're going to get them out. We're not playing uncopyrighted music, so if you can hear it tonight, let us know, please.
You said we are playing uncopyrighted, or?
You got that key?
Yeah, this
Yeah, I
is
do.
copyrighted music.
Okay, so I don't think this band specifically is.
Oh, right, but the
Yeah.
We're gonna make like 2 small repairs on
I
it.
haven't quite found a
Before it
good
goes out.
playlist of topics for
Here.
no, I do. Nick was just already playing music when I came.
I don't know which key it is, but also don't break her Mickey. She'll be very upset. I'm back after half an hour. What I miss? You missed me paint a egg sac. And I just did some drippies on this clown mouth. Once those dry, I'm gonna clear coat this, and then it's ready to go.
Did you answer Scott? Okay, wait. There's a few. I don't know what you've answered, but there's. You guys. No, you got that one. Justin, could you guys maybe put my actual website under the haunt pages page? I had my Facebook page on there for the website since I didn't have an actual site.
Yeah, just email us, and we'll update the info. No problem.
Chad Smith said any clues he will be a part of Haunt Tour for MHC.
So I'll answer that. They've asked us, every year that they've had it in Chicago. My problem is, by the way, if you didn't hear that, the question was if I'll be a part of the haunt tour for Midwest Haunters. My problem, they've asked us each year, and my problem is I'm in Northwest Indiana, so I'm an hour away from where they are. Now, it makes... They want me to go first on that tour. So they want me to go on a Thursday at like 10 a.m. Now, I'm not cool with that because our queue line is all outside. Our midway area is all outside. Everything except the haunted house is all outside. If you've ever looked at our line, it's really impressive, and it's an entire experience on its own. We have live DJ. We have a horde of actors outside. We've got all kinds of fire effects and just everything outside. Now, with us, our line's all outside, and Lake Station is not impressive in the daytime, so I don't want to have it there. It's not a good way to lead into our haunted house. Every other haunted house on that tour is they have a large portion of their line inside. I know this because I've been there. To all of them. Now, I know for a fact that when John had his Hell's Gate tour, he told them to hold all buses for an extra half hour because it wasn't dark enough yet for his outside ambiance. Same problem I have. So until I can have my haunt at night, I'm not going to be on that tour. It's important to me that I provide a great product to you guys and to all haunters that are coming to check us out. It's very possible that could be the only chance I get for you guys to come and check out our project. You guys are watching our vlogs and everything every day, and I don't want you to get a bad experience the one chance you get to come out to our show. So, if you guys are in town for Midwest Haunters and you want to come check out our haunt, just message me. You can come check it out for free. I won't have actors here, but I'll walk you around. I'll talk to you. No problem. I'm probably here anyway, so.
Yeah. Streeton said, is MHC still happening in Illinois? Do you think they will ever move back to Ohio?
Yes, it's happening in Illinois. No, I don't think it'll ever move back to Ohio. They've got, so the people who run the Transworld Halloween part, they live in Chicago. So I think that makes it easier on them. Plus, Chicago's also closer to like the middle of the country than Ohio is. There's also many, many more haunted houses around here than there are in Ohio. Yeah, I don't know. Right now, trade shows are in an interesting kind of place where you used to have a few that were big, and I felt like Midwest Haunters was previously. I felt like Midwest Haunters was like the home haunt trade show, or the smaller haunt kind of trade show, and now I don't really feel that anymore. Right now, I feel like there's a lot of other trade shows around. So like every state has like a small kind of trade show. So I think in hunters' minds, if I have a trade show that's kind of small, but it's an hour away, I'll just check out that one instead of traveling by plane, train, or car across the country to go to Midwest Haunters. Now, it's new. It's growing. So I hope that it hits that again where everyone is traveling from everywhere to check it out. But I just don't think that is for right now. I don't know how well a lot of these other trade shows will do. I've seen a few of them online and they're pretty small. I mean, I think that more Halloween is always a better thing, so we'll see how it goes.
I'm not sure if you answered your question. What will they cost on the website? I want to order another full one for inside our haunt. I know what I paid for that one business book. Will it be the same price or different?
I don't remember what you paid, but it'll likely be close to that price. I would have to look at that and then go off of that. So, no idea yet. I'm probably about a week away from making that choice.
Chad Smith said, as for it happening in Illinois, things should be opened up by then. Lots of unrest.
I needed to take this over there to dry.
Lots of unrest in the state about the social distancing being extended to May 33rd.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it is. I mean, you just have to understand that there's a lot of stuff that goes into the trade shows, apart from just the trade show itself. There's hotels and contracts and just all kinds of stuff. So, like I said, I just know that a lot of stuff is being canceled. I mean, I would love it to happen. I don't have anything. I don't have a guess because everything's changing every day.
Chad Smith said, in my opinion, I don't think it will be back in Ohio anytime soon. They have covered all the haunts in the area, nothing new to see. Once they cover everything in Illinois, they will move it again. Chuck Newton said, as long as it's not like wedding, you're good. Ted Walker said, how far is he? I see a lot of giant palm hammers going for $125 to $225. How much would you guys be able to make a barrel hammer for roughly?
Probably right around that kind of range, like 120. I think that I know what that kind of foam costs. If I was going to make that, I would make it out of a heavier foam than the one we use for right now, which means you have to use more of it, which means you get less foam out of a barrel, so the price of each piece is increased. So, yeah, Clown hammers are on my list. But yeah, I imagine they'd be around that kind of price range between $100 and $120. So
That's the last question come on.
but as for the trade show moving, I don't know that that'll happen. I know that's what HauntCon is doing. I think it's less about checking out new haunts and more about making it available to the most amount of people. Because haunted houses update, and you've got like 50 haunted houses here in Chicagoland area. So if you go to 3 haunted houses a year, you could go like 5 years before you go back to the first ones that you walked through. So ideally, if that haunted house is doing their job, they should have renovated most of it by the time you get back. I could tell you, if you come to our haunt, if you come back in 3 years, you'll see an entirely new haunted house.
Yeah.
Just letting you know, I'm probably gonna open up the last, fucking little bit.
Right.
You guys add a lot every year. Yeah.
Larry said, I wonder how the attendance will be at MHC due to the virus.
That is the kind of burning question. Chris, you got to pour another movie mask.
Okay. Well, is that how you got the, farm name?
I need to get the Necropod mask. And they have a method.
to know if we all have any incredibly strong opinions on McCamey Manor. Think so?
Justin will.
Oh, he does.
Good night, Scott.
Yeah, my friend's not on the chat. They're just talking to me and asking me questions.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's on our house. The guy's a fucking psychopath.
yeah, I don't really like McCamey Manor, just based on what I've seen.
I've met the guy that runs it. He's a fucking psychopath.
Oh,
I met him at Trans World.
what?
Not a good guy.
What did he do that made you like?
He was dragging his girlfriend around the entire trade show floor by her ponytail, literally walking around like this. They were at the party and they were dancing, and he was dancing with her like this, pulling her fucking hair.
Justin.
And I was like, wow, that's
My
why
friend,
Ken Porter
my
on
friend's
house.
watching this right now. They just asked me a question over text. They said, do you have any strong opinions on McCamey Manor?
I don't care.
Hear that, Ree? He doesn't care.
It's not a haunted house. That's
No,
the only
it's
important
just
thing.
pay to be tortured.
Yeah. The guy that runs it's fucking nuts. I mean, Justin's a fucking psychopath, so I really can't say much, but
But that's a different kind of psychopath.
Yeah.
He's not dragging you over.
My problem not with McCamey Manor, but my problem with the people who criticize it are that he exists because people are asking for it. If no one went, he wouldn't do it.
absolutely.
So, as haunters, we can claim and bitch all day that it's not a haunted house, but the audience does not agree with you.
Do you have any more of this black paint?
Yeah.
That is
And
not
ultimately, the audience's opinion is what matters.
But the audience don't even know that people are going to that are fucking celebrities that are getting.
They want to do it too.
They want to do it because it gets them views.
Well, then, I mean, they want to do it for some reason. I don't know. I've heard from a lot of people that it's all smoke and mirrors and whatever, but I mean, I wouldn't want to do it. It's just not, I don't need to prove to myself that I can have a grown man scream at me for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Just work a day job. You'll get probably the
Work
same
at
thing.
Walmart.
Come over to the Hill House. You'll get to see that.
Work at Walmart anytime recently, and you can experience that.
Do you have a man thing in there? One that I can.
Well, if there's two in here, there's one more. Hey, look, Nancy. Chad Smith said, in your opinion, what should a haunt owner spend most of their time in to have a successful haunt?
There's not one answer to that. Most of your time should be spent reviewing and improving. That's what I do. If you spend all your time just building rooms, you'll have a great looking haunted house, but no one will come because you didn't spend time trying to learn how to use social media. So you have to look at the areas that you are lacking and then work on improving those. So if you notice, like I noticed, our haunted house is good. Everyone claims that, but I have no doubt our haunted house is really good. Everyone who comes has an amazing time. Everyone who comes, we never ever get a bad review.
A real bad review.
Right.
There was a better view right now.
The only ones we get are from like our neighbors who are assholes and just don't like that we're here. So apart from that, we never get a bad review. Plus, I know what a good haunted house is, so I could tell you. So I could tell if our haunted house is not great. So when I know I have that and my attendance is down, then I know I have a problem with some kind of marketing or some kind of outreach. So now my attention needs to go to that. How do we improve that? Or if I notice our attendance is fine, but we're not making enough money. I need to evaluate that. Do we need to increase the price of a ticket? Or do we need to come up with other ways for making revenue off the audience that we already have? So,
How do you feel about hunts using like licensed care or like Michael Myers and shit?
I think, so the question was, how do I feel about haunted houses using licensed characters? So it's not my kind of haunted house. That's not what I would prefer to do. I love those characters. And if you can do it very well, then go ahead. I don't care. I would encourage you to try to get the licensing rights, but then I would also encourage you to make sure that your Freddy Krueger doesn't weigh 300 pounds. Because Freddy Krueger in the movie does not weigh 300 pounds. That's why places like Universal, when they cast a Jason, they cast all guys that are generally really, really tall and kind of built the same way. You're not walking through and there's a Jason that's only five feet and 100 pounds. That's not Jason. That's some kid in a Jason costume. Don't tell me that's Jason. I've seen all those movies and never once did Jason look like that. So if that's like child Jason, great, but it's not. So that's my opinion. At the same time, if you're going to use a licensed character, you need to kind of explain what you're doing. Freddy Krueger shouldn't be hanging out around like a Pennywise. It doesn't make any sense. They don't exist in the same kind of world. So see, look, I'm checking right now, and this is not done. So I need to, before I add blood, I need to open this up, make sure I paint all those lines.
Good to show those bears, man.
Huh?
Am I good to show those bears, man?
Go ahead, don't stop me.
I didn't know if you were talking or not.
You're gonna be talking all night.
I'll talk over you, I don't give a shit. Didn't you show these last night?
No, these are new ones. Dude, I got like 30 of them sitting over there. So I'm not gonna do them all at the same time.
2 foot, right?
Yeah. I was doing it on camera. I got a few more bears for you guys if you were watching yesterday. Showed some bears that we were offering. These are all one-of-a-kind pieces. Had a couple sell today. Still got 4 from yesterday. If you go on our Facebook page, you can see which ones are still available. Got these 2. They're just kind of simple little guys, bloody, you know, kind of like Grateful Dead type skulls on them. These guys are 30. So they will be up on the website here in a little bit. You can get those if you're interested. This guy here, you know, he's all bloody. He's got a full skull, and he says "die." It might be backwards for you guys, but says "die" on his chest. Little white, fluffy teddy bear, all spooky. And then this is one, a lot of people really like these bunny rabbits as I do. And, you know, he's got a skull. He actually has eyes. So, you know, a little more cutesy, but still real creepy with the distressing of the skull. And even his ears are a little bloody. So this guy is 40, and so is this one.
One thing to know about these, a few of these are available to be remade, but some of them are not. Once they are gone, he could possibly make you something kind of like it, but he can't remake the same exact bear like that bunny.
Yeah, pretty much any of the ones that I'm showing today are not able to be remade. Some of the ones that I showed yesterday, I can make those. You'll see they're kind of all a similar style bear I purchased in mass quantity to do all kinds of cool stuff with. So we can do those, you know, once I can purchase more.
So pretty much, if you want that one, you got to buy it fast.
Yeah, it'll be listed with only one. And glad you're excited about the spider bear, Ethan. It was one kind of something unique I was trying, something a little different.
Sorry.
That was Devin. Not sure what that was. If you're looking to get into the holiday spirit, you know, you want to buy some Christmas presents early. I got some Christmas bears. They're, you know, he's got a little hat and scarf, and then he's got the creepy, you know, again, Grateful Dead type skull. This guy is 40, and then she, you know, is a little fancier. She's got a whole little dress and her bow, and then again the distressed bloody skull with eyes. So, you know, she's got the little bit happier face because of that. She's 45. So if you're interested in any of these, again, these are one of a kind. They can only be purchased one time. I can't remake these. So if you're interested, you know, head on over to the website.
Tad Smith said, "What is your employee structure in the haunt management and whatnot?"
We've got, so we work under a method of kind of everyone helps with everything.
I should have one, actually.
Now everyone has a job, but your job also includes everything else. So if I need help with acting, it doesn't matter what your job. There's been multiple nights where I've gotten our security guards to act inside because I needed a large guy. We've got a crew of, so we've got managers, we have techs, makeup artists, we have costume girls. So let's start there. We've got 3 girls who take care of our costumes. They take care of handing them out and collecting them and cataloging them, cleaning our masks and stuff, and actually taking all our costumes to a laundromat, hanging out there all day and cleaning them there, then hauling them back and making sure everything is all good. They also take care of if any costumes are in need of repair. Then we've got makeup artists Anna is our head of makeup. She's on our chat pretty often. She employs between 6 and 8 makeup artists that are all trained and stuff. On a lot of these jobs, what we do is we make you intern for a year, so that you learn not just how to do things in a haunted house, but also how we do things, and then we make sure that you're up for it, because everyone here is working in a haunted house. It's easy, but once you're in it and you learn how much pressure there is, a lot of people crack. So
Let's just say at the start of the season last year, we had 8 makeup artists, and by the end, we had 4 showing up.
right, so
It's not an easy gig.
yeah, so we've got, so that's our makeup. We've got a crew of 4 actor coaches and actor managers who take care of any actor needs pre-show, making sure all our actors know where they are each night, know what they are doing. They know where their emergency exits are.
And we only have one of that except other than these two.
We have one guy that is in charge of casting. Him and I take care of our casting every night. He has an assistant who helps him out. And we have one manager who's in charge of our paperwork, making sure that all our actors have any contracts, making sure all of them are on file, making sure all our vendors' contracts are on file, stuff like that, making sure that all that stuff is organized in case we ever need it for something. And then also, she's also in charge of making sure we have contact info for all of our actors in case they end up hurt, or if they are unconscious and a paramedic needs to know if they're allergic to something. We have all of that on hand, as well as their emergency contacts. Yeah, we've got all that. So then we have me. I'm in charge of kind of pre-show. I am making sure that everything is running how it's supposed to. I am walking around and I am constantly looking for anything that is wrong with the show, so that I can make sure that managers are addressing it. We have 3 techs that we have either 3 or 4 techs who are checking our lights, checking our foggers, checking our props, everything pre-show. We've got 2 carpenters who are working on repairing stuff, making sure everything on that side is all set. We've got a front of house manager who's taking care of making sure the outside is all prepped, making sure all of our trash is cleaned up, making sure our lines all prepped, our flame towers are up, our foggers outside are all prepped, our lights are all prepped, making sure our torches are lit, anything like that outside. If our queue line is flooding, they take care of all of that. Then we have 3 people who work our merch booth. We have 2 to 3 who work our box office. We've got we usually have about 5 security guards, and Jacob is also our head of security. Every night we have between 80 to 120 actors. who are all broken up into areas and under one of our 4 actor coaches.
One creative director, one art director.
Yes, and then I am creative director, and Devin is art director. She is taking care of all of the creative kind of stuff and artistic kind of stuff inside. So we have kind of a ladder of checks. So our carpenters are checking all of our structures and everything, making sure everything's tight. Our lighting, audio, and effects techs are making sure all of that stuff is all in line. And then once all of that is done, we Devin is checking everything, and then I'm checking everything, so that everything has a double check. So, yeah. And there's there's also a whole staff that handles our kitchen, all kinds of stuff. So,
Northridge Asylum wants to know if our employees are paid.
they are not. Everyone is a volunteer.
To answer your question, Ethan, the Venus flytrap bear, he's actually still available. So if you're interested in getting him, buy him while he's still there. I do have 2. I wasn't going to show these yet, but since you were asking about it, I do have 2 similar ones. I have this one here. He's a little bit smaller. He's actually got eyes and stuff, and then he doesn't have the claws. Any of the bears that I do have, they can be altered if you do want to add some stuff. You just have to message us and we can see, and then it might alter the price a little bit depending on what you're looking for. But here's him. He's also, kind of bloody and stuff on his chest. And then this one is kind of another weird take. Kind of, it's taking some cues from like the Dentata mask that you've probably seen, where the clown mask where he's got all the teeth for the eyelids and everything. So something kind of like that. And so he's got the Venus flytrap eyes, and then also his stomach. So if these are interested, I'll get these up on the website tonight as well. This guy, he is 45, and this one will be 50. So if you're interested, please purchase them.
Ethan Sturkle said those are dope. Northridge Asylum said order the Hungry Bear. Can't wait to see it. Chad Smith said, I've been owner/operator of our haunt and got tired of being the only one that made decisions. This year I set up a board of managers to eliminate some of the stress.
Yeah, that's good. This one has a bit.
You don't get to look back and forth.
Huh?
Hey Devin, do you want another box for these, or is this one box gonna be enough for all of these?
As long as it's one,
I didn't know if you were trying to
My
make
friend
that
who's
close.
watching wants to know if you expected the hunt to get as big as it did when you first started.
Did I expect it to get as large as it did when I started? I don't know what I expected. I expected to grow the next year, and that's all I've done every year. So I never expected to be doing what I'm doing. I'm not an optimist or a pessimist. I am a realist. King Ezekiel from The Walking Dead said, "The optimist holds his head high and trips. The pessimist hangs his head and hits his head." The realist looks ahead and adjusts his path accordingly, and that's kind of how I feel. We've just rolled with what has happened, and it just kind of keeps growing. To us, the best path was to make our own costumes and masks. And because of that, it allowed us to market our products and then let people kind of buy them. And it's worked out so far. So I never planned to open a production house, but we did it.
Keep doing what you were doing, I lied. Just confirm.
Yeah.
You're doing it right. I did wrong. So.
I forgive you.
Because the one that's for the man thing.
Yeah.
I believe that she had.
I don't think a brace is hurting my fucking legs.
Oh, we're out of yellow.
You can mix up more. You said negative offender?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a good decision, guys. Don't even know, right? I ain't cuffing up, CO. Oh wait, that's what the prisoners say. Oh, see, that's all I need to know. Outbreak says, what do you use to make the cotton candy fluff for the prop, and how do you color it?
Cotton. And,
Paint.
yeah, and some paint. It's pretty, it's as easy as you can imagine it.
Not really colorful burgers tonight.
Why not? It's so much fun. If you use like a lot of colors, you get like a rainbow of snot.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Thanks, bro. It smells like your house.
Did it come from my house?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I keep forgetting to bring that, and I washed it, and I keep forgetting to fucking bring it.
Yeah.
So I don't do laundry in my clean laundry, and I don't put that shit away, so
Just Jacob's?
yeah. I don't have time to do my own because I'm doing this so much, and it goes through so many fucking problems.
You ain't gotta tell me, homie. That's another battle I've been fighting his whole life. At least as long as he's lived here.
Well, when we get to our own house and he decides that he's gonna use every single towel in the house, I'm just not gonna do it, and I'm
He
gonna
probably
turn
won't.
off.
He'll just ruin your wood floors.
I don't know, I told you I'm paying for them.
That's fair.
He can replace them. If not, we'll have concrete floors. How does that sound? I don't give a fuck. I live in a basement with
very
mold and
cold.
concrete. What?
Sounds cold.
Yeah, then we'll have to buy a heater. Sucks.
If the radiant hits heat floor.
Sounds like we're fucking mother. You're scowling at me?
Pat Smith, if MAT happens, I may hit you up for a tour.
Go ahead.
Roger said that's a nice looking costume.
Thank you. This is our deluxe doctor.
Ted Walker said, how are you guys able to create anything for production? Do you guys create a mold for rare items for future, or is everything built for a one time?
We create molds. What's up, man? We create molds of everything. And then we make as many as we need. And then my goal is to market them to other people so that those people can also buy cool stuff. Right. Nick, I'm gonna have you do what I'm doing. Pretty simple. I did half of this, so what you have left, you're gonna take a pair of gloves. There's your blood. Here's the gloves. Just take a bit of that, and you want to kind of smear it, okay, on the edge there, and also on our pocket. Then once you have like most of it off of your hands, you want to kind of handle our fabric, so that you get, look at the sleeve. See how there's just some like residue on there? It's not smeared on there in huge chunks. You just get a bit on there. All right. So I'll bring this over to you. There you go. There's a hat also, so do that as well. That down.
So, good news.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Working on that one.
Another one. You got 3 or 4 on the list right now.
That's cool. The map is going like a costume.
Reminds me of something else like don't use.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Sandworm.
Yeah.
Sandworm.
No, I have.
Sandworm needs a plague doctor.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
They 50 people that, that's what it looks like.
This is an app.
Have we ever created a silicone mask?
Yes, I have, once, and I plan to make another one, soon.
Yeah, there's about 20 people, 21 people watching right now, Julian. How did y'all start the company? Well, I cannot speak for Justin since he started it, but what I can assume from my vast knowledge is that we had a haunted house, and Justin said, "Oh, this stuff's super expensive. I can make it myself." And then he did. And then he said, "We're making some cool stuff. Let's sell it." And here we are. Is that about generally the rundown?
Sounds about right.
Pretty close.
So,
Hold on. I'm organizing and then I will tell the story.
You guys are getting fucking in for a treat. I know y'all are ahead of Illinois. What has opened back up for you guys? Monday is when everything starts opening back up, and it's gonna be opening up in phases. So Monday, like, I think like restaurants are opening up at like half capacity or like quarter capacity. The 11th is when like nail salons, hair salons, barbershops, not sure what else. Our local mall's opening back up on Tuesday. Yeah. What?
Yeah, I'm gonna look like a lion.
oh, John.
You gotta make it
Finger. Grr. Apparently I look like a lion. Nothing else is growing.
I would advise you to
I'm gonna shave it, but I haven't had time.
I only look like this because I've been lazy. I do not think that I think.
Yeah, I think March 11th is when like most like non-essential things are opening back up.
May.
What month is it?
It's April.
May 11th is when most things are opening back up. But they are predicting that everything should be back open at full capacity, hopefully by like the 4th of July.
Yeah.
That's their plan for Indiana, at least. How long have you guys been selling cool stuff? HHP's been around for a year? A little over
Yeah.
a year and a half. I mean, Justin's been making cool stuff
What's up?
since he could walk, but this company in particular has been around for about a year. The shirt's badass. Thank you. It's my favorite for Christmas. You're the Pumpkin King. I don't like wearing it because I go to the haunted house pretty much every day and then I ruin all my clothes. Evening, all you crazy haunt builders. How's your day going? Pretty good. We're getting stuff done. I'm working on clown jumpsuit. Almost done. The only thing left is to finish the smiley face. I'm just waiting for it to dry so I can put details on it. That'll be done. Justin's working on organizing the back room right now, figuring out what needs to go out next, what we need to work on. Devin is badass. Devin's something. Devin's something. Somebody give Josh a job. Shannon said somebody give Josh a job.
I just got a job.
He was looking for something to give him to do. Yeah, Shannon or Justin will tell you the story of Haunted Hills Productions. There's a doctor's outfit we're working on. Deluxe doctor.
Oh, shit.
I might take a nap here if you can tell me to move. Super mean. Ooh, I can turn.
The interview on Monday. Dude. Used to.
Listen.
Reagan said welcome back, Justin.
Hi.
Okay, how long have you guys been selling cool stuff?
We've been selling cool stuff the whole time we've been selling stuff.
Oh, how did y'all start the company? That was
So, do you mean the haunted house or the production company? If you mean the production side, we had a haunted house. She was pretty close with the story of I said I could make that stuff and then I did. I think a lot of stuff that's at the trade show, I think a lot of people walk around and say, I'm not buying that, I could make that, and then they just never do. I did.
Is that thick enough?
A little more. So I did because I didn't have money, but I needed to have cool stuff for the company. At the same time, we were taking huge groups of people to the trade show. So we looked at the products that we were already making and how much money we were spending on entrance already, and we said we might as well just buy a booth. It comes with like 3 badges anyway, so we'd be spending the same amount of money and we could probably make a bit of money too, and it would also allow us a place like a headquarters to hold all of our shit, stuff like that. So then we did that, or we made that plan. So then I had to come up with what are we going to make, and I knew like I make masks and stuff. Well, then I came up with this idea that I had that I still think this is a cool idea. It just never took off properly. At the trade show, you get a bunch of people that make a bunch of costumes that are already done. And they're cool, but you might not love it. So I had the idea of, let's make a place where you can walk into our booth and you can actually make a custom costume right there. So you choose all the pieces to make a costume. So you've got your undershirts, and we had multiple kinds, and then you choose the other stuff. So say you were like a redneck, right? You could choose, do you want a tank top? And then if you want a tank top, do you want it to have blood or oil and grease or be painted and all this stuff? Or do you want a thermal? And you have all of those options too, or a t-shirt or a button-up or whatever it is. And then you can choose a flannel or overalls or a onesie or any stuff like that. And we had all kinds of options, and it just didn't really take off how I hoped it would. So then we started to expand into year 1, which was last year. We learned a lot about what the audience wants, and then we worked on making that stuff. and that was all of our new products that we were bringing this year. Asylum stuff, clown stuff, more stuff that we hadn't expanded into yet. We knew that we had to improve our masks because year one of Transworld, we brought like 10, and I think I sold one. We learned that a lot of people want to take a mask and walk, so I knew I need to make better products, and I need to make more of them to have at the trade show. I also learned that a lot of people, for whatever kind of reason, they won't look at a mask and then come up with some other kind of concept. So I made a whole bunch of variations of all of our masks so that I could try to create a creative spark in as many people as I could, as well as have a bunch of stuff that everyone could buy and take away. So we went from, we had 10 masks last year to we had over 80 masks that we were planning to bring this year.
I wish he was exaggerating.
Not a joke. 80
Not a
masks.
It's been so long putting all those in boxes.
Yeah. And we had, last year at Transworld, we had no clown stuff. Now we have an entire clown line of masks, multiple costumes, multiple top hats. We have props, we have everything. We created our bodies, we created our claustrophobias, we created all of our lighting stuff, we created our clown horns and our other horns, and it's just exploding every day. So
What paint you guys using here, Buster?
What do you want done to this?
it's the mask paint, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So with this, all you do is go along the edge.
It's the Ed Edmonds
Also
mix.
take
It's
it
1/3 water, 1/3 latex,
string,
1/3 house
and you want to
paint.
just handle it the rest of it, okay?
Ted Walker said, you guys ever create anything to be used on the big screen?
Do we what?
Have we ever created anything to be used on the big screen?
I think I made a mask once that a guy wanted to use in a movie. I know I've had a few people contact me about it. I did have a guy contact me about, he wanted me to make a toxic Avenger mask for them to use in a play. He wanted 3 masks and a mold, and he didn't want to pay the price, so that didn't end up happening, which that's fine. So
I'm too lazy. Reddit said, I'm too lazy to make stuff, plus Justin Petro makes amazing products, so I just buy some ponytails. LOL.
works for me. You keep us going.
Is this the fucking... I can't remember their name, but Honeybee?
Is that King Power Giraffe?
Yes,
Yes.
Power Giraffe.
I'm trying to like pick up my door so I can hit next because no one likes that.
I love Team Power Giraffes!
Well, I can go.
You know who introduced that to me? Russ.
I started listening to them in like 2012, I think.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've heard
I
them.
did see, I saw them live last year at Anime West.
Sick.
So fun.
So gross.
Touch it. Touch it. Just stick it in. Oh, God.
Hey Justin, when are we getting that rebar bin or the ultra?
It's already here. It's up by the front door. I'll help you grab it. Give me one
Go
second.
ahead, you're fine. Go ahead.
I'm not sure where this goes, but I'm
Okay.
just gonna throw it on the table.
Yeah, we when we started making costumes and stuff, we also we got really tired of ordering costumes, and we would spend a whole bunch of money, and then we would try it on one time and it would rip, or it wasn't exactly what we were hoping for, or whatever, or the product that we would buy didn't match the picture that was online. So, in my opinion, you should not make a really great product, take really great pictures of it, then have a bunch of people buy it and make a lesser quality product because you know that you already have an awesome picture. So that's why our prices are so nice, because we don't, yeah, I mean, we don't gouge people, essentially.
What's next?
Yeah, it's been here for like.
I don't know what's in this fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll show you guys what I'm doing. See? Smiley face.
Man, the lag time is really long today.
These are my favorite things to make because I'm autistic. I like doing artistic things.
oh,
Yesterday,
Smiley
the day
face.
before, it was like,
It's going to be backwards for you guys, I'm sorry. I can change it. Pop. If I order a custom clown jumpsuit, then will you be the one working on it, Devin? Yes. I am the only one that makes our clown jumpsuits. Prices are to die for. Yeah. What's y'all's most annoying mask or costume to make? I'd say the most difficult, the most annoying one is our inmate, the white inmate jumpsuit, the black and white striped one, because we have to tape off the whole jumpsuit and then, spray it with paint and then take it off and then flip it over, and then that's a super long process to get the lines exact because it's black and white. So like, if you mess it up, it's super obvious. Those are probably the most time consuming ones to make. And the ones that we get in order, just like, okay. It's still, it's not terrible, but out of everything, I'd say that's probably the most annoying or the most time consuming. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. I mean, well, the straight jackets, but I can't say that because we paint them. The straight jackets are the worst for our poor seamstresses to get because, they're all handmade, and it's a lot of like straps, and it's thick cloth to sew. Those are probably the worst for our seamstresses to make, I should say. Specifically the maximum security, because those are like 20 straps on them. But how much props and costumes do you have to replace each year after a season? Is it like half or less? I'm assuming you're talking about the haunted house. It depends. We have some actors that are pretty hard on their costumes. We have specific areas, like our clowns are probably our most intense room, and they destroy their costumes. I was in the clown room for a long time. We destroy our costumes. Also because there's a lot of sharp edges in like we have cage up in the room, and as much as we grind down the edges and put foam padding on, in the little actor holes that we come out of, there's sharp edges that our clothes can catch on and rips holes in them. The clown costumes we replace pretty much every year. Yeah, a lot of our we've had a lot of our costumes for years that we just clean every year and fix, but most of the costumes that we make from HHP, those are heavy duty, like our straight jackets or duck cloth, they don't rip. Like, we haven't had a single issue with any of the costumes that we made through HHP, because all of our stuff is high quality, like these jumpsuits. That's why it takes so long to distress them, because it's material that's not meant to break or tear. But we take pretty good care of our stuff. We fix it when we can, and we ask our actors to not, if they can't, not be so hard on the costumes. But things like the clowns, there's really no, we've had costumes get destroyed in like a night from clowns.
Less than that.
Yeah, it really depends on the room, and if they're wearing an older one of our costumes. So if I order a custom clown, I answered that. Have fun with it when I get. Yeah, I love custom ones. The straight jackets are so nice and strong. I went through 3 rough nights of sliding and not a single tear. Yeah, I love our straight jackets. If I ever decide that I want to do another clown character, and I decide I never want to play Alchemilla in line, which I doubt that that's ever going to happen, I'll probably get a straight jacket from us.
Yeah.
I'll probably get a black one.
To verify, but I'm pretty sure we did that edge. Like, there was a lot of.
I'm glad you like yours, though. We haven't gotten a lot
Not
of
like a lot of copies,
reviews of our straight jackets yet. You're one of the first ones that has reached out and said that you liked it, just because our straight jackets are newer, and so a lot of people haven't used them because it hasn't been October yet. What was the concern? Are you working on it?
Yeah. So we need to know: did we put blood up this edge?
I don't think so.
I feel like there should be. So let's try to look at a picture or something. Verify.
I'm looking at it.
I had to reinforce 2 belt loops though from. Hey, on the concrete speed walkthrough. No, we could mail it off.
You guys did not.
No, but it's going to Costco. Okay. Alright, works for me. Okay. So add some up that and you should be good. Alright. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, there was one in the picture going up the buttons.
There was a little.
There wasn't.
That's what man I'm saying too. Up some.
Cat. Please. Ow! Why are you so aggressive? I have a hat. He's so fucking mean to me.
Sorry, it's heavy.
It's heavy. Let me slam it down on your fucking vertebrae. Thanks.
On your vertebrae.
I have Chiari 1. My brain's falling out of my skull.
So far we've done live like 4 days in a row.
Yeah.
What did you say? We're here every night, so
Chiari 1 malformation.
no reason to stop.
There's a little hole in your skull where your vertebrae connect
Hey, am I listening to
Right
your
here.
mom?
your brain.
Yeah.
Everybody has it. The hole where your spine connects to your brain. My hole is bigger than everybody else's, and my brain's falling out through it. into my neck.
Is that why you're like that?
I'm gonna go home.
Is that why you're like that?
I'm leaving.
Gotta- Remember, drop down.
No, I'm actually going home. That wasn't. That's real. I'm going home.
That was funny when you did
Is that why you're like that?
What a question for anyone.
I'll go fuck myself.
I don't think you have to go that far, but
That's funny. That is fucking funny. I appreciate you.
The second funny thing I've ever said, right next to that. It's fucked up. We dumped blood all over that girl.
that was. I still laugh. I was just telling someone about that a few weeks ago.
And now they're all laughing at me. Now they're all gonna make fun of me on Facebook.
It's like a lime syringe.
Oh yeah, I forgot people are watching.
That's so weird.
Is that why you're like that? I'm getting that tattooed on you. Right above my struggle bus.
What? What was I saying to my friend the other day? There was some stupid tattoo I was gonna get. I told her if she paid for it, I'd get this thing that she texted me, but I can't remember what it said.
I'm literally getting that I'm not even kidding. I'm getting that tattooed on my ankle the second the country opens back up. In quotes. Is that why you're like that?
I need to see what it was that Linda texted me. I remember what it translated to, but I don't remember what the actual thing was.
Rogan is planning on making fun of you on Facebook, Deb.
It said, the only genders I know are fuckable and less fuckable.
Oh, by the way, don't know if you're actually right, but apparently I made it just at home just in time for you to be standing in front of a chair. I'm like, George Devin goes with another person standing in the chair, their ass nearly straight.
I didn't even realize I was standing there and I went, oh no. Oh no! My asshole!
And the tree was right there. She had the mind you, she had one of the bodies on the stool, and instead of bringing the body down so
Wait,
she
was
could...
it on a stool?
Yeah, I think it was on a stool.
I don't think
Yeah, it was on a stool, and then you got on the stool in front of it.
was there.
That is, and
Am I that stupid?
never go full retard.
I can't pronounce this. I'm stupid, but that's what it is.
I think that's kind of hard.
The only
Yeah, so for about 5 minutes, you got nothing but Devin's ass.
Ted
And I
Walker
told
wants
her
us
if she
to
pays
expand to
for it, I'll
California
get
so
that
you can run
tattoo
operations.
like as a tramp stamp.
He said what?
He wants us to expand to California so he can run operations out there.
Someday. Mark?
Run the world.
Mark my words.
You know, Tiger's tattoo.
You need to stop. I can't handle this tonight.
We can make a
You go home, you can have 7 drinks.
I banned it from the haunted house.
Fair enough. Hey, Justin, I see you got more horns. You got more
I'll accept
girls
it.
on
I
order?
deserve it.
I will get them as they come in.
Okay.
I have something really gross about
I never go a day.
By Allah, you deserve nothing but your sword.
I've had these for about 2 years.
Evan said Devin needs some sleep. Trust me, it's not sleep that I need. I need way more than sleep than this is.
He's always like,
I need to sleep for 4 months.
that's when it's called hibernation.
I remember the funniest fucking video, and I saved it. Hold on.
Don't care.
mine would all be like screaming and shit. Nothing.
Wait, what?
Ethan Circle is asking for an update on his order.
What did you order?
A clown costume. Ordered a little bit over a month ago. Just remembered, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, you guys said you had a few orders before.
Did you order the yellow clown jumpsuit
I don't think so.
by any chance?
Yeah, Brandon, basement resident, should know my sleep schedule. We're up until 8 in the morning. Every day. Ah, that's myself. Purple clown dress.
Oh, purple clown dress. We are waiting for your items to come in so we can make them. Coronavirus has some of ours our stuff that we need to make stuff on hold. So that's where we're at.
Grotesquely awesome.
The clown dresses, once we have the items to make them, they only take about a day to make, so shouldn't be too much longer. Once we have our items, we'll be good.
He said, cool. Just checking in. Thank you.
Yep, no worries.
That's a mood. This thing fucking my bird.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like fucking losing my mind.
Same.
Like, I'm okay with that.
I'm
Yeah,
that
don't scare.
stink bug. I wish I was that stink bug. Just chilling. Having a good time. You think Guar is royalty free?
Huh?
You think Guar is royalty free?
No, I think you would owe royalties to Guar.
That's sad. I'm gonna listen to Guar.
Wow, every time I've ever played Guar, I get, can I play something good?
Yeah, because it sucks when you play it.
But you can play the stupid ass cow song. Right now your music is too loud for me.
This is royalty free, bro!
Listen, you're about to be royalty painted.
I just want you to know that this is mine and Justin's conversations every night, even when there's nobody here and we're not.
I will contest to that.
Yes.
Did you find out what it was? He says it's a purple clown dress.
Yeah.
He wants to know if we can make it UV. Make the purple clown dress UV.
Yes.
Girl, me too. Me too. Funny.
What else you got?
Oh, I gotta paint this.
Alright. We should do this. I think this is what I remember it being.
Are you gonna? Is that gonna be done tonight? Photographed?
Yeah.
So, are we doing any additional
Caption is surprising my man.
designs to this?
Yeah, we're going to take a picture like this, with it not with the.
I'm saying if we want, but are we wanting the tentacle one being part of that bigger package?
No, because that's going to be an animated one. So that's going to be a more expensive piece.
So, how many pieces would we want to have in a big collection?
That's what we're trying to get out of the package. We want it to be a $2,000 package, and I think that's pretty good. No, I'm serious.
This is
You have to have like 10 of them or 12 of them in there.
I'll do it each. Or maybe you do that.
Oh yeah, because you're talking, how much are we doing this one?
Huh?
How much are we going to sell this one?
Same as the egg pop. So egg.
75?
TikTok is good sometimes. Very rare.
Well, no, if you did 10 at this price,
Stinks
that's like
like
1750.
Right, but you're also doing the egg waffles.
But no, but I'm saying, like, if you did 10 items total,
So
it
do
still wouldn't be
a
enough.
$1,500 package.
feel like I might have showed you this one before because it just immediately made me think of you and the rest of the song.
Trying to think what all we would have. You think like 3 of these, 3 of the pods, 4 of the wall pieces?
Sure, what would that price be?
You're asking me to
I
math?
hate.
You're good at the maths.
You're good at the maths.
Why does it smell like cigarettes?
Yeah, because who's smoking one?
Where's Josh?
Josh?
That's why it smells like cigarettes. He's probably outside.
Smoking in the boys' room.
Nick used to smoke.
Yeah, but Nick's sitting was right here. Was not smoking.
I used to smoke as well.
Let's see. So
Still not hard.
No, I take that back.
Yeah.
Nick never smoked. The other one smoked.
So,
Is that accurate, Nick?
what?
I said Nick used to smoke, and then I said, wait, no. Nick never smoked. The other one smoked. Is that accurate or no?
No, because I still smoked after I came out.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
that would
I-
be total
that's
without
fine.
a discount.
For
I
three,
smoked until the
three,
government
four,
told me I
four.
can't buy cigarettes anymore. Because I'm not going back
What
to
would we do,
asking people to buy
1400?
cigarettes for me.
Yeah.
I'm just
That'd be
thinking.
1400.
You know what sucked? I was gonna quit anyways.
We can make a smaller
but then,
package
like,
also. And then
Now I don't want to out of spite.
Right,
we'll
exactly.
do on our smaller package.
Every choice I make
I would
in life
like
is out
to
of
make a
spite,
smaller
really.
egg cluster.
Same. They're like, you can't do that. I'm like, watch me. They're like,
I
you
would like
can't
to
ruin
make
your
a
life. I'm like,
Oh,
watch
I
me.
understand what you're saying.
Every time.
The only reason I have a job is because people are like, oh, you'll be able to handle having a real job if you can find off. I'm like, fuck off, I'll get 2 jobs.
Like the highs and lows you're getting. That definitely does look like a giant fucking booger.
Not done yet.
No, I'm just saying that green and yellow.
It's okay. It's supposed to be a gross
So-
out alien.
so what that,
mucusy, nasty thought.
That's what that mucus guy from the Mucinex commercial comes out of. It's an egg.
Oh great! Now someone online will go, "You're ripping off Mucinex."
I want to make something like this, but I just wanted to say clown.
This is a direct copy.
I know, yes.
What, you're gonna make a new egg cluster, a small one?
No, I'm gonna take the egg cluster. I'm gonna cut it up into smaller pieces.
And then shove it up your ass.
It was made like that on purpose, with our smaller ones in small clusters, so that we can cut it up and then charge a smaller price for them. If people don't want a full,
Well, do you want me to go grab that?
no, because I don't want to cut that one up. I want to make another one.
Make another wall pipe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey Justin, on the
I
heat
mean,
tree.
if we're gonna do the small ones, then they give us. You have to do like 2 small ones. Then we can get it to that 1500 price tag.
Excuse me.
Hey Justin.
Yes.
On the heat treat too, do I need the heat gun or will the hair dryer just work?
I use the heat gun, so just go that route.
You got the heat gun right there?
Yeah, it's on the floor.
Hey Chris, make sure I'm nowhere near that.
Yeah.
I'm fired again. No, this is the heat gun. I know. It's ba-
I mean, it could. He could probably, yeah, he could probably find a way.
You go for his chin, you know, help him out.
Use it as kindling.
We should take a poll if people want to on YouTube. Whether you should grow it out or shave it.
Oh, you heard it here. Should I grow out my beard or no?
Josh cannot take a poll right now. He's taking a poll later tonight.
You're damn right.
This party's now getting dirty.
It's not dirty. I make those jokes with Josh all the time. I love Josh. I raised this kid. I'm allowed to joke with him.
Yeah, but just because you
That
raised him
explains
doesn't mean
everything.
it's not dirty.
That explains everything.
That doesn't negate the dirtiness of the joke.
Yeah, it does.
And then I met Chad.
We're all adults here.
Chad
Chad try to give you a pull? I wouldn't be
fuck
surprised.
no.
Okay. Conversation.
Anytime it gets to Chad, that's when Devin exits.
Yeah, because I know way more about Chad than you guys do.
That sounds.
I'm starting slow.
I don't feel like I need to know because I feel like I can imagine and it wouldn't be close.
Do you want a phone number for a therapist?
That can't help me. I'm way past the point therapist helping me.
Is that your best pickup line, Nick? Do you want a phone number for a therapist?
My best pickup line is actually, "Hey girl, are you an empty Pringles can? Because you're about the right size for me to smash my fist into."
Great. Hey, Justin.
What are you excused for?
Showing them.
Oh, jeez, relax, woman.
I asked you like 10 minutes ago.
You're right. I wasn't doing anything.
You weren't. Mine's more important. It's done. How do you guys like
You're gonna
it?
ruin it. You gotta watch that egg sack. It's wet.
You see it?
Hey, Devin.
Is it cute?
Salt.
Alright, are you done?
No, I'm gonna stand here for the rest of the night.
No, you're not.
What's this thing at?
Join us.
Okay.
It's the backwards. Does it look like it says that?
Yeah, it took me a second to
Okay.
recognize it because it's not a word, so I was like, what
Yeah. This is. Does that look like this?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Is that like the character's name?
Yes. Yeah, that's what he asked for.
I know, this is to go with that yellow like dog mask
Yeah.
thing you showed me.
Is that what it looks like it says though? KOIN3SS? Okay, just wanna make sure.
That does kind of fit. That was good.
Wait, it's done.
Yeah, that mask you showed me reminded me of this character.
Oh, it does look like that. Is this done? Do I add anything else to it? Oh yeah, never mind. I like how Devin, like, the second I pick up my pace, everybody just fucking scatters.
I wasn't sure what direction you were going. I didn't want to.
The second I go, they're like, okay, bye. It's like a psychopath.
In case you were like going out of the room, I was trying to step back, give you space.
I didn't even have to like say anything. You guys just immediately went out of Devin's way. No, thank you. Okay,
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
understand this language.
that Devin's a dog.
Devin's a what?
I'm pretty sure that Devin is a dog.
Why?
Because you act the same way a dog does. So, you know how like you can, to a dog, you can go like, what? And they're like, you do the same thing. Like you could just go, she'd be like, what? What?
Fake throw something and
I'm telling
she'll
you.
go find it.
It's just a good thing she didn't show up here yesterday when I did, because she would have never came in because there was a cat outside. She would have just been chilling out there with the
I'm
kitty.
glad she wasn't here
There
earlier.
was a cat outside and you didn't fucking call me and tell me that there was
Glad
a
she
cat
wasn't here
here?
earlier when I was trying to kill a mouse.
Oh, I still have
In this
that
room.
video of you
Yeah, no,
screaming
it's
about a
fine.
mouse.
She was screaming in fear, or like, no, don't kill the mouse!
No, she was trying to find a mouse because it went under
Oh,
the
yeah.
This mouse was under there.
I would have.
I don't know what it
Look,
is.
She was
and
like,
he
"It's
would've
a
been my
baby."
friend.
Which is
It's a baby.
Shut up.
They're all babies.
They're not, actually. Are not. They are vermin. Vermin.
I still have no clue what it is. Crackhead.
Yeah, I'm bad.
I specifically
Yeah,
saved
that's-
the one where you put the chair on top of your head.
Ryan wants me to grab that hoodie for that guy.
when I see my friends.
Yeah.
Mice have feelings too. Yeah, they can feel as I stomp on them. They feel
baby.
they-
Look at the baby.
they feel every second of it.
Look at
His
the
name's Dorito.
baby.
What is this?
My friend's rat. Its name is Dorito.
That's cool.
I saw something the other day. Someone had these little. They had like wavy fur.
Oh,
I don't mind creatures when I invite them. I don't mind people when I invite them, but I
Oh,
don't
when they
like
show-
strangers around me either.
When they show up untoward.
Eden Circle said, I just realized, is there any way to make the purple on the dress beauty?
Yes, I said that earlier. Yes, I will. Send us a message so we can update the order so we remember to do that when it comes in.
Love the colors on the custard. Rugged said, just do it, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
You're weird.
Oh,
Oh. Ethan Circle said, in quotes, good evening, ma'am. I'm from the BBC, Red Bedsheet Corporation, and I need to come home with you tonight to run some tests on your bed. Make sure it's strong enough to support us both tonight. What's that from? Justin?
I don't fucking know. I don't watch the fucking the BBC like a communist.
Bedsheet Corporation. No, it's definitely a line from like a movie.
So then I know it's not from a movie because you've never seen any movies.
I know, but he said it, not me.
Maybe he's just funny
It's in quotes, though. Why would he be quoting his best me?
because it makes it that much funnier.
Godzilla after it fucks up Tokyo for the 6th time this week.
It's like Ron Burgundy when he
Oh, Ethan said...
wrote a book.
He said original quote, top pickup line.
See? It's like Ron Burgundy when he wrote a book and then wrote his own review of it and put it on the cover. It said, Ron Burgundy, I wrote one hell of a book.
I love that. I like that.
Reminds me of some haunted houses I know.
Talking
Talking about books, I actually just got recently into the Charles Manson book.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell people that, Chad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of documentaries about that.
Yeah,
And-
Charles Manson's a psycho.
I know.
The worst of the worst psychos. He's never done a regular interview in his life.
No, I've seen most of his interviews. They're all fucked up.
He looks like fucking Devin when he interviews.
What? What?
You heard me correctly.
No, I didn't.
You
Charles
look like-
Manson looks like me when he what?
Interviews.
Interviews.
Like an autistic penguin?
Yeah.
Yes, have you seen his interviews? They usually end with him going, I know.
I was Charles Manson reincarnated. Oh, you're saying no, sorry.
You probably shouldn't tell people that. Chad says things like that.
Shot that home with 2 water barrels. What do you say to head back to my place and roll the 3rd one?
Oh.
Wasn't that my character?
Oh.
Charles Manson or Chad?
God, no.
Hi, I'm Chad. I'm
That
minutes
is
away.
pretty scary. I like how they hear me and they're like, Devin needs sleep.
I like how no one's asked who Chad is yet.
They shouldn't.
We'll meet that one day, I'm sure.
It's best if you don't, otherwise he'll appear
I was
in
just
the
gonna
back of
say
your
he's
ears.
gonna show up! Poor Chad.
He's going to show up and say, hey, so I had this
Instead of my
What's
name,
he up for a new
I
costume?
had this makeup idea I want to talk to you about.
no, he's gonna show up and you said my name 3 times.
Literally.
I feel like you,
Did someone say
No,
a Serbian film? You know I own
What?
60% of the copies in the United States.
Literally, that's all he's been talking about.
He made me watch it.
Your local gas station. That's Chad. He's
I had that
find at the gas station.
movie on my desk for like 3 months.
We literally went to a pawn shop and he's talking about Serbian films with the workers there,
Yeah.
and he apparently gave him one of the copies.
He has what a psycho.
He's so crazy. I love
Literal.
He has brainworms.
He has brain worms.
Dad has his own breed of brain worms that he's right inside of his brain, and they're his children.
I don't think so. I think the brain worm showed up and Chad said, "You ain't leaving."
He bought a tapeworm off him.
He bought a tapeworm. He keeps it in his bathtub. Go ahead. That's Jeff. Why does he have red hair? Don't ask. Only a few of you will get that joke.
You still got about a half hour ago.
I know. I said when I finished with this. Okay, it's done. This is done.
So, is anyone still watching Walking Dead or just me?
Oh God, no.
Just you.
Everyone gave up on that show like 6 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, but Jeffrey Dean Morgan is really good.
Jeffrey Dawson.
That's
I thought you were about to say
Nope.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer. That's what I think I meant.
not him either. Jeffrey Dawson.
What did you just say?
This week on
Dawson?
Dawson's Creek. I just want to throw you in a vat of acid and eat your fucking brain. Wow, Dawson, I don't remember this in the show.
Is Jeffrey Dawson a person?
I'll
mean-
look it up.
Probably on Facebook, if I had to guess. He probably has a profile. Hi, I'm Jeffrey
I
Dawson.
think I met Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know. But
I don't think you met Jeffrey Dahmer. Yesterday, Jacob said someone
There is a
someone killed him in prison with a broomstick.
I said that.
Oh, was that you? I thought it was Jacob. Jacob seems to have odd
He
information
was
about
talking
prison.
about how someone at the prison made a weapon out of a broomstick, and I was like, that's what they killed Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's what they use for spears and things. Like, they are so fucking creative there.
Reagan said who's
Listen,
Chad?
you have all the time in the fucking world.
Yeah, if
How
you
can
had
I not
all,
make-
if all you had to do all day was chill in a cage
Well,
and plot to kill the man that
look it
keeps
up.
coming to
That's
fuck with
Jeffrey
you,
Dawson.
you'd be pretty creative about it too.
Jeff Dawson. Hi, Jeff Dawson. Reagan said
creative killing
who's
people in
Chad?
the
Evan said I'm concerned. Everything is fine.
Also, if you have a life sentence, you're even more inclined to just fuck around.
Huh?
I still have yet to watch that.
You need to watch it.
Ethan Circle said I love Walking Dead for Greg Nicotine. Nicotero.
Nicotero.
Nicotine.
What?
You want this with the Bears? Someone bought them.
I'll leave it.
Huh?
There.
You're taking the Bears to the house.
Maybe.
Can you? Okay, Shannon. Can you take this as well?
Maybe. You can put it in the box. We'll see if I get there. Like I said, I stopped watching The Walking Dead after season 7. I had too much fun.
Stop.
I only made it to season 5.
I only made it to season 2.
I got season 5 and I'm like, I've had enough. I get the point. I don't need to see anymore.
You're getting to that point again, Devin. Devin needs to go home.
As soon as he finishes that one jumpsuit.
Windows bought a cotton candy knife.
What color?
Looks to be green.
Just getting to that point? No, you know I've been here all day. I took a break. It's just coming back around. I had a
sorry,
hamburger
Red.
and it calmed me down, and now there's no going back.
Red. But the pictures of the green.
Remember the time we gave you coffee?
The green one must be the first picture.
Yeah, don't give me coffee. Pro tip. You want to have a healthy life, don't give them coffee. My boss found that out really fast at work.
Going
He
to
gave me iced
Fontana,
coffee one
California.
time, and he literally came upstairs, and I was organizing the brushes like this, and he was like, I'm literally never allowing you to drink coffee in my workplace ever again. And I said, I'm getting more done, and he said, I literally don't care.
I have ADHD, so I am immune to podcasts.
Why?
Podcast.
I have ADHD, so I'm immune to podcasts.
So, you got like.
How much
more
are you doing?
Right here.
I'm gonna paint this and see where
I
I
have
Huh?
giant,
I'm going to paint
giant,
this and see where I am.
giant, giant,
Hold on.
Jonas?
Going in the book.
John does.
John.
You've got Giannis? I've got giant.
Diamond. What did you say to me earlier?
Justin, were you gonna get one
But I'm
of
gonna
those,
cut
just that
you off,
one
you
cell
say that.
cancer?
Oh, I already did.
Oh, why are you like that?
Thank you. Is that why you're like that?
In giants.
Yes, my brain's falling out of my skull. That is why I'm like this.
I have,
Probably
like,
not. I wish it was the
I wish
reason.
I had an excuse for
I have
being
a
like
That's
whole
why I'm gonna die at
phrase
30. At least
and,
that's in
like,
my brain is going.
word
It's just gonna drop out of your skull at
It
30.
is. I have.
I'm just saying, you're very specific with a time frame. At 30.
I have entire PRI1 malformation. My brain's falling out of my
At
skull.
midnight.
Nothing
On my 30th birthday.
Yeah, it falls every year. It falls more and more.
On her 30th birthday, she gets to go to Carousel.
At what
I like
age did they put you in a
carousels.
home for
You
that?
go.
You don't know the reference. No, you know what movie I'm talking about? Logan's Run? Logan's Run.
Logan's drunk.
I'm
She
sorry.
has sex, missing a fantasy, only
Like
she
when they get to a
can
certain
see
age,
your
like they have
pancake.
this like
Oh.
stone in their hand or whatever,
Uh,
and when they get to a certain age, they get sent to Carousel, which you're supposed to like be rejuvenated or whatever, reincarnated. It's been a long time.
Irish the slut.
That's when you go.
No.
And you keep your ingredients in for ring.
Yeah.
Evan said any news from the person hiding in the building? It's me. I'm the person hiding in the building. I live here now.
It's not Debbie.
What? Someone spray painted a message, all Shining style, in the pool room. Okay. Devin's worried
Someone
is coming in
zip
messing with
tied
him.
Hamilton to the cage in the courtyard by his neck. And I don't know who it is.
It's definitely not me, because I haven't been here.
Yeah, I have no idea who it is. It's either one of them and they're lying to me, or to be me. More
It definitely was not me.
I would not do something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely not him. He would have to show up to do it. I remember that next time, fucker.
That's funny. When are you gonna come back with what the one day he decided to take a break? You weren't there that one day. A toy boat
Yes,
filled
he
with
will.
Irish wristwatches.
No.
I still can't do toy boat. I can only do like mine. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat.
You just go
Not
down
funny.
and turn into boy boys.
Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat.
Ethan Sturkle is taking responsibility for Hamilton.
Well, at least I know who it is now. Thank you, Ethan Circle. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy
Toy boy.
I might be having a stroke. Yes. Yeah.
People who listen to everything industrial based.
Hey,
This is me with me.
People be like, oh, you can play anything. And then I play anything and they're like, what the fuck is this?
That's my favorite. I listen to anything. Oh, cool, because I got an album. 2 hours of elephants fucking. I can't wait to show you. Finally, I met someone who's into it.
I think that's probably Justin.
People who say they
No,
listen to anything.
Justin is like.
Specifically, people who say they listen to anything except for country and rap. Those are the worst people. They have no
A
personality at
little
all.
bit until
Yeah,
Monday.
that
is
means,
going.
oh, great, you like pop
Brain
music.
energy.
My favorite kind.
Exactly.
David said too many paint fumes. I literally have been like this since I came out of the womb. So unless my mom was injecting paint fumes into her pussy while I was marinating in her stomach, I don't think it's the paint fumes.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go ahead and tell you to calm down.
Devin has officially gone too far.
On Egg Pod.
Yeah.
So, these ones are made to go either on the floor if you want, or on a table.
I did.
And then these are meant to kind of, you're supposed to glue these down so they kind of wrap over whatever you're gluing it onto. So they kind of form to wherever you're going to have it.
That's him.
It is.
This is you.
Hey, Devin, this is ready to take a picture.
Okay.
Yes. You want us to put that in something, or are you just gonna do it like right there?
Jose, shut up. He said, "What's wrong with country and rap?"
Nothing. I'm saying people who said, "Oh, I listen to anything besides country and rap," have no personality.
Mhm. Hi.
I listen to everything.
What are you gonna do? We're gonna do spooky. No.
Definitely not like.
Like a spooky. Ooh. Like a. He's coming back. Come fast.
Fucking.
Although aren't the pods on the wall on the wall?
Yeah, no, the pods on the wall one are more green. It's the.
I'm not gonna play the song because it's copyright, but I'll look up the lyrics and just shout it.
What time is it?
It's after the middle. Yeah. 12:15.
Just the chorus of the song, the rest of it's not in English. The chorus is, it's German. Yeah, no,
I will look at it.
it's called, and I'll just send a screenshot of the song to you.
I'm just gonna type in "I'm the Jizz Man."
Okay. Maybe not.
You find a lot of things that way.
So you don't want a whole lot.
Actually, no, I'll pull it up because I don't understand this copyright.
But I'm saying the one thing slightly less because the dry is flipped upside down.
Don't throw up.
What?
Don't throw up.
There's always possibility there.
So with the one
I take pictures on that man.
Moving that out of the way.
And
I know. I
I'll
just have
play
a
it on the
bunch.
live stream too.
I'm doing the final touches to this. All I need to do is distress the pom-poms. I don't know if you guys can even tell a difference on what I'm doing. Oh yeah, Justin's definitely family friendly. Obviously, I can't distress the black with black.
Really?
Hey, they're good.
These are essentially hot fans.
Gonna run. Where am I putting this on? I had none of this fucking.
Is it not working?
No. Still not.
What did you use?
Huh?
What did you use?
Leather stone?
I mean, did you like shake it up?
Turn this fan on,
Shake it really well?
Yeah, I tried all these bottles on different pieces. And this is still what it's doing.
Can you get a hold of the company?
Yeah, I called them and they said you're not supposed to paint with latex masks. And I said, I've done it before, I just need you to tell me why it's turning yellow.
What's wrong?
What they say?
Nothing. Didn't say anything. They were not helpful. So I'm gonna try to get the stuff from Hobby Lobby and see if that works. If not, I'm just gonna go get some paint that matches. And let's go that way. The other option.
Lighted one or is it something else?
This is regular orange.
We're gonna try to make the live streams a regular thing. I mean, there's no reason why we can't. As long as we're here and as long as we're doing work, we'll live stream. I mean, as long as we're here and as long as we're doing work in here, in this room. Obviously, if we start doing builds and we're working out there, we can't live stream. But as long as we're in here doing this kind of stuff, it shouldn't be a problem. This didn't work?
I didn't try that, but I don't even know what that is. It looks green in the bottle, which
Yeah.
is not making me super excited to try to use it. But the problem I already explained, this says leather dye, this says leather color.
What was the small boxes?
Just have to let me know when
Granted, Lovak, I
Yeah,
don't know what
what is
that
that?
means. I don't know. That's why I said I guess I'll just have to buy the small ones.
Yeah, I guess we can use that for like.
Any shit I need yellow.
Right.
What's the problem?
The same problem.
So whenever I use the stains, which is what I use on the skin mask, the dentist mask, the method mask, that kind of shit, I was always just using these from Hobby Lobby. And I said I'll be, proactive because I also wanted to use it on a zombie, which I ended up I did it. That's where I used the rest of my dark brown on the zombie. So I tried to order it in larger quantities. But this shit is not working right.
Low VOC means reduced amounts of volatile organic compounds. So less toxic.
Maybe that's what the fuck it does. I don't know.
What'd they say? You can't use that on latex?
Well, that's what they tell me because then it's not made to use on latex. It's made to use on leather. But I've been using it on latex for a year.
Right.
And it does what it's supposed to every time. But now I buy it in this larger quantity and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do.
That's what you get for trying to be efficient.
I guess.
Alright.
I'm getting out of here.
You want it before we get home? Yeah. Chit chat.
That's the thing.
I mean, that brand sells yellow.
Alright, Chris, bye, Devin.
I know, but it's
See you
not
later.
spraying on yellow.
Right.
It's spraying on the right color. It's what's happening after I add the white that is the problem.
Yeah. I think mine's
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get the right color from that store from Hobby Lobby. This is all black. Which sucks that I don't even have like one of the bottles left. Because I could just take like the product number and use that. I just need Hobby Lobby to fucking open up again.
Did everyone leave?
I think quite a few people are.
I got from this one?
I don't know, I think Josh is outside smoking. Yeah, I smell cigarettes. And the back door is open. Oh. This is not the same stuff at all. Nope, that's not the right shit. That stuff smells like shit. Not good. Alright guys, well we are winding down here, so we're going to start cleaning up and head out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching tonight. Again, we'll be live again tomorrow with more stuff, so tune into that. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm just still tuning out. This is my crew. You stay scary.